I'm Tara Michelle Ziniuk, and you're watching blackcoffeepoet.com. And this is Somewhere to Run From. December 6th at Dufferin Station. Leaving the up-down bound platform to wind tunnel heating vents and chips clipped to a stand. Must be unclear charity pizza day. $1 a slice, because all I can hear is change in metal jars, rattling buckets of bills, and dollar, only $1. This time it's commemorative. Persuasive 38-year-old men bellow, in 1989, and it's for a good cause, it's for a good cause. I know about the cause, sir. Is this your way of picking up women or doing your daughter a favor? Unsure if I'm supposed to feel guilty for not contributing my bus money or for being alive, I walk on. I'm going to try to read some Toronto-specific things. This is actually about leaving Toronto to go visit friends in the States. Not really about that either. Toronto to Pittsburgh. At a dreary 8 in the morning, on board a darkened commuter train, I kiss an 18-year-old kid who's escaped from his post in the Israeli Defense Force. Because I am a slut, or an asshole, or because I never knew my father, or maybe because I'm just trying to connect to the homeland. On a side note, I was told that I was on that bus for as long as I was because the CEO of Krispy Kreme Donuts bought the Greyhound and didn't know how to route the transit because he had no experience in that business. FYI. And this is named a Toronto site, which is 55 Gold, which is the Ryerson Student Center, managed by the students, which is nice. Also the home of my former workplace, CKLN, in its troubled time. This is a bit more of a personal one, though. 1. The air outside my work smells like plum sauce and cigar. I push broken clothes into a tangerine, find and replace stench with spicy, fragrant fruit. 2. My coworker has never been as animated as the moment I lent him a pen. His one-word emails evolved from O.K. to OKY. 3. Did I ever say 2? 3. In the empty meeting room, I squeak permanent marker across bright white dry erase boards. Feign Excel formatting for I always liked when you left in the morning. I grab my other book over here. I actually told the story of this poem last night. So I'm going to read it, and it is called something about West Lodge. Where are we? Here. Sorry. Sorry about this. And, to have a cheesy moment, we'll tell a little piece of history of how years ago it used to be very popular to have these signs on your mailboxes or in your window that indicated that your home or business or organization was a sex worker positive space that people could come to if they were sex workers and needed a place to be or wanted a place to be. And that was also around the same time that there was a big kerfuffle of homeowners in Parkdale wanting the people who were sex workers on the streets in the area to leave the area, a lot of whom were lesbian homeowners that were part of this wave of gentrification, and it was this complicated time in Toronto feminism. West Lodge shooting 2003. The war came to our door the other day. It was 5 a.m., but it was okay. We were out on the porch anyway. She was 15 and she told us that they took her purse with her lipstick in it before she told us that they raped her. There were 5 of them, or 7 or 6, but it was okay, because one of them was her date, anyway, his cousin, friend, neighbor. We gave her our phone, Tracy's old purse, a lipstick, and she said not to tell her sister, her pimp, the cops, and we kept saying, we won't, we get it, we don't call cops from our house, we get this, we do this. We weren't 15. We weren't talking to someone with our lingo, our choices, our distinct ability to identify one another. As activists, queers, whatever we were, punk rock. And all she wanted to know was what the hell we were doing out on the porch in the middle of the night, middle of the morning, middle of the week. We were just examining our options, we said. We were just unable to afford beer. Don't you have jobs, she asked. We didn't. We were, my roommate says, she didn't, planning for the revolution. And we wanted to tell her that Max had heard, that we were safe. But with what our words for punk or butch or whatever we were, we couldn't explain Max Does What You Do plays Lady by Day, because at that particular moment, it wasn't about standing up for ourselves. It was understanding that to this girl, all we were was ugly, and all she wanted was a walk to meet her sister, her pimp, and the cash she was supposed to have to hand them. It was 5 a.m. when she came to our door. Her name was War, and we were up. We would have been drunk, but we couldn't afford to be. So instead, we were forming our affinity groups, preparing for the revolt. Me, I was 15 exactly when someone said to me, "You're a girl, and you didn't get killed?" And I was black-smeared eyes, lined with wet, and I said, "I'm sweating, I'm not crying." I was this little Alito playing with the big boys in the best way I knew how. It was a mosh pit full of them, and I'd gone in, gone up, been dropped, slid back, blacked out, woken up with the big boys telling me off and heard only, "You're a girl, and you didn't get killed." The war came to our door on West Lodge, and we were still outside. She was 15, and she didn't get killed. A week after I moved, my television was dropping bombs on Iraq. We had come in from another porch in another town to plot to revolt. My mother calls me to tell me that she's seen the news in Toronto, that there was a shooting on West Lodge, my old street, and that I was lucky I didn't live there anymore. I could have been killed, she says. I hang up the phone, and there's no more one man on the ground, and I turn off the TV, and there's no more civilian death, and I stand out on the porch remembering the war like it was years ago. Such